Right, the ionic equation for iron 3 sulfate reacting with sodium hydroxide. So sodium hydroxide is used to test for the presence of ions. What happens in this reaction is a double displacement. The cations and anions swap, so the iron takes the hydroxide and the sodium takes the sulfate. And now if you remember your solubility rules, sodium sulfate is going to be soluble. All sulfates are soluble. But hydroxides are insoluble apart from lithium, sodium, potassium. So iron hydroxide will be the precipitate. Now, in ionic equations, we only write ions that change their state or their charge. Now, the sulfate, if you remember, is always going to be soluble, so we're not going to write that. And the sodium is going to go with the sulfate, so we're not going to write that. So the only things we need to write in the ionic equation are iron hydroxide and iron hydroxide. Now this is iron 3 hydroxide, so that's 3 plus. The hydroxide ion carries a single negative charge, so we're going to need 3 of them. So our formula is going to be FeOH 3 times, and it's Fe3 plus plus OH minus. That is our ionic equation. If that was a bit hard for you to get your head around, again, the qualitative tests sheets has all of these ionic equations written on it, and you've got to learn them. All these questions on ayleshamhighchemistry.com.